Well, hello there. Hey, everyone. Denise Middleton here with Volunteer Vibes. So glad to have you with us. You know what? The holidays are upon us, so I'm so excited. Thanksgiving is almost here, but you know what? This is also a time when a lot of organizations and programs really need volunteers. So if you have time, if you're able to help, we have lots of different volunteer opportunities to tell you about this morning. So I want to bring in our first guest, Miss Shondra Muhammad. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. And so Sandra is with Shape Community Center. You all are doing some really big things for the homeless. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, tell us a little bit about the center.
Shade Community Center was established in 1969. Our executive director and co-founder is Deloitte Parker. And if you're in Houston, you probably have seen him and know him because he's all over doing everything. And Shape has been right here in the Third Ward area working on a number of programs. We work with after-school programs, Elders Institute of Wisdom. We have an incubator kitchen program, disaster relief. So it's a truly a community center. Whatever the community need is, we work to make sure that we have something in place to address that.
I love that. And you have what's called a community love kitchen. I love the name of that. Tell us how that came about.
We have, like I said, an incubator kitchen program. So we have a cafe inside of Shapes Family Center. And we always get people that come in who are food insecure and just need a little bit of extra something to help them get through the next day. And so we've made that into a program. And it was something that was put together by our president of our board, Nedra Ward, using the kitchen so that we can have a program where people can come on a regular basis. Right now, we're doing it monthly, so that they have a place to eat, but they get a chance to do this in an environment where they're able to sit down, have a real dining experience, get a chance to enjoy some community, get a chance to talk with people, get to know other people, see what other kind of services are available for them.
Right. And talk about some of the services that you have because I'm looking at the pictures. There's people getting a haircut, getting clothes. I mean, just basic needs, it looks like.
Exactly. And those things are so important. We have a barber that comes in and everybody feels so good when their hair is done.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Just we have a big part of the program is that they're able to shower. There's a community partner that we have right next door to us that allows us to go into a couple of different rooms so that people are able to separate and get a chance to shower before they eat, shower before they go get the barber services and pick out clothes and everything like that. And that is so important to them because so many people have not had that opportunity. Shower services can be limited for unsheltered people. So it helps to boost their self esteem. It gives them that extra push they need to go ahead and take their next steps.
That is wonderful that you all are able to provide those things for them. And so, what are some of the things that you need volunteers to help out with?
Right. So we do need volunteers to help with managing the showers. There's usually two rooms, and they have clothing inside of the showers that volunteers help them to pick through the right sizes so they can get the things that they need. We need volunteers that will help clean the facilities in between showers. When we get there in the mornings at about 8:30, we need people who can help us to set up the room because we do give away personal care items, toiletries, and sometimes we get donations for backpacks and different things. And so all of that stuff has to be sorted. And volunteers are very instrumental in helping us to get through that process so that it flows smoothly.
Oh, I bet. And how many volunteers do you typically need? Because you said, this is throughout the month. You have different shifts set up as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So we need volunteers there at about 8:30 in the morning. It's from the program is from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you're able to come at 8:30 in the morning and stay until 2:30, that's great. We welcome that. But if you can come in at 8:30 or else later on at 12:30, and just do 2 to 4 hour shifts, we appreciate that. So we also need help, like in the kitchen, actually preparing the food because the food is cooked. We do have people that come in and do all the food preparation. Nedra, our board director, again, is the chef for this event.
And what about the age range for volunteers? What are you looking for in particular?
We have a number of programs where we can take any age, but for this particular program, at least 18 would be a good age. If someone does come that's younger, we would want them to have a parent or guardian with them.
Okay. And, if this is someone's first time volunteering with you all, what are some of the things that they need to know before they sign up?
Just dressed comfortably. You will be working with the public, and you never know what type of condition someone may be in. You don't know necessarily what their mental state may be. We haven't had any negative experiences, but you do want to be aware that people are living experiences that may not be something you're familiar with. So you have to have an open mind and just be caring. Most of the volunteers that sign up are always very giving and caring anyway. So just be yourself.
Yeah. And, we talk about basic needs that we probably, take for granted a lot of the times. How often are the homeless able to come here and do that and take care of that? And I guess how long do you all plan to continue to do this?
We plan to do it for sure through December. We started in August. And of course, we're a nonprofit, so everything is always based on funding. And so we do intend to carry it over through next year. And as we're getting more funding in for the program, we're able to extend it and do more. So for sure, our next event is December, and then we're still planning on how we go forward into 2023.
That is wonderful. And I'm glad you mentioned that in case, people cannot help with their time. How can they help with donations? What can they do to give and help out with your program?
You can always go to our website, www.shape.org, and we do have a donation tab that's on the front page.
Okay, and I know you have so many different services that you offer. Are there any other volunteer needs that you want to mention aside from the Community Love Kitchen?
Right, we're there every day. So Monday through Saturday from about 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're always accepting volunteers. Every Saturday, we have a volunteer orientation, and it's always conducted by our executive director, Deloitte Parker. So you get a chance to meet him in person. He gives a bit of a tour around the center and a history of the center so that you know what it is that you're really connecting to when you volunteer at SHAPE. So we have volunteer needs in our youth programs after school. We recently started a robotics program and a CAD and 3D printing program. So people who have an engineering background or CAD background, we definitely need your help right now. We want to keep that program going forward. With our elders, they do exercise classes. They have guest speakers that come in. We always have lunch for them every Thursday. And so we always need people that can help prepare the food and serve the elders. Just general upkeep for the facility. We always need help with getting things clean. There's a park next to us that our children use. And so always need help with keeping the park clean as well.
Wow, that is a lot. You all have so many different services that you offer. Why would you encourage someone to come and volunteer here?
Because SHAPE helps the community. Like I said earlier, it's truly a community-based center. And so the center always gives so much back to the community, and it's a small staff. All of us who are on staff at SHAPE either started out as a student, intern, work-study student, or volunteer. It's the kind of place that you come once and you really never want to leave it. So it's a good environment. If you have a giving heart and you want to make some meaningful impact in the community, SHAPE is the place you want to come.
I love that. Shondra, thank you so much. And we certainly appreciate everything that you all are doing in the community.
Thank you so much for having us.
For sure. All right, so I have another guest that I want to bring on. The organization has been here before, Books for Development, but Todd Malejan, did I get it right? Malejan. I said I wasn't going to mess it up.
You didn't.
Todd is here with us to talk about their need, of course, sorting books and everything. But just in case folks, missed it the last time you guys were here, tell us a little bit about Books for Development.
Well, thanks, Denise, for having us. Books for Development was founded by Mark Cottam, a local attorney who was in Uganda, and he was visiting with a lot of the local people there and was just inquiring, what is it that you need to help you? And they said, well, because there's a lot of poverty there, they said, what we really need to do is educate ourselves and our youth, and what we need to do that is books. And Mark said, well, in the US, we seem to have a surplus of books. People are always trying to donate, and a lot of them end up in landfills, and said, let me see what I can do. And he came back and started a warehouse. We kind of bounced around different locations. We were in the Houston food bank for a while. We've been in, and now we have a specific warehouse. And what we do is we take donations of books, and in some cases, some purchases of books, and we sort them and put them into categories to build libraries in various countries. And we've built dozens of libraries in Uganda. We've sent books to Kenya, Botswana, Malawi, Philippines. We recently had a big shipment that went out to Belize, helping to build their national library. We sent them a lot of medical books, leather-bound reference sets, things like that. Their medical school and a lot of their hospitals are located very closely to the National Library, and they need the books there. And we were able to, we found a large collection of medical books, and we're able to send it off there. Our next shipment goes off to Guyana. We're actually the largest supplier of books to the Harris County jails. We've got a very good relationship with them. Mm-hmm. And we send off a lot of fiction, paperback, self-help books, things like that will go to the jails. We have shipments that go there probably once or twice a month. We built some libraries in the U.S. and some Native American communities. We've sent some books to Mexico. Obviously, we get quite a few Spanish books around here, and so we've sent some to Mexico. And we try and we sort them into pallets that each pallet would have maybe two primary schools that we would build out of that collection of books. That's 56 boxes of books. And we try and build, we recently sent our millionth book out this year.
Congrats.
And we've built large collections of libraries. The other thing we've been doing lately is we send over softcover books, which we call satchel books, which we deposit in bins on the roadside, and people can come up and put them in a backpack or something like that and take them home and read them. So that's our purpose. We try and use the books that we get as donations and give them a second life.
I love that. I mean, those are a lot of books. So I'm sure you guys need as much help as you can get. Tell us, exactly what all you need the volunteers to do.
Well, the main two things that we need people for is sorting these books. We get collections of books in large boxes, things like that, and we have to sort them into the categories so we can build the libraries. So we'll have people that will take those books and just sort them into different bins, and then from those things, once we've sorted them, we take those, we box them up and by category, so we can make sure we don't give a large number of a certain type of book to one library and not any to another. So we try and sort them so that everybody gets about the same types of books, and we send them in and build the libraries. So we have volunteers that go over to all of these countries, and we train the librarians to the extent they need the expertise, we train them and help set up the libraries.
Right. So there's an orientation. Tell us, I guess, what all that entails for people who may be interested and, kind of want to get an idea about.
Well, basically, we have anybody can volunteer with us. We have book sortings every Saturday morning from 9 to noon.
Okay.
And we're located at 709 Polk, which is it's the Scott Street exit off of I-45. It's a warehouse, so you need closed-toed shoes. But basically, what we're doing is we are sorting the books and then assembling and filling those boxes in each category to build the pallets so we can build the libraries in these various countries. And of course, we've got various tasks related to operating a book warehouse.
Mm-hmm. And I understand there's going to be water and soda.
Yes, yeah. We don't have a lot. We don't. No one is paid. It's all volunteer, and we operate on a bit of a shoestring budget. But we will provide water and soft drinks. The warehouse, not that it's a concern right now, but the warehouse is not air conditioned, so in the summer it's pretty warm, and we try and keep people hydrated and safe.
Right. Yeah, it's cold now, so we don't have to worry about that. But that's great. Every little bit helps. And so how many volunteers do you typically need, though? Because those are a lot of books.
It is a lot of books. Right now, we, because of all the shipping issues out there, we've not been able to ship books as often as we'd like. We do have a shipment that's going out, but right now our warehouse is pretty full. We generally look for 10 to 12 people every Saturday. Okay. We need volunteers constantly, but we look for 10 to 12 volunteers every Saturday to try and help sort things. At various times, we have greater needs where we might have a specific project we're working on that we need we need more volunteers, but we welcome anybody to sign up on Volunteer Houston to come and help us out.
All right. Well, Todd, thank you so much. I sure hope that you guys are able to get that warehouse all organized and get those books out, because that is just a wonderful thing that you all are doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. There is one thing I would mention, things that if people, there are certain books that we have a particular need for.
Okay.
If you have a second, I just run through that. We need encyclopedias and reference books. Oddly enough, sports books we're in dire need of. Those are very popular. Mm-hmm. Medical, math and science, philosophy, geography, and of course, any children's books.
Okay, well, that is good to know, Todd. Thank you so much for mentioning that. And as always, if you guys missed anything, you can go to volunteerhou.org. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you. Thanks, Denise.
Of course. All right, and speaking of Volunteer Houston, we have CG Norris here with us. Of course, she has a few more volunteer opportunities to tell us about. Again, this is the holiday season, so I'm sure there's a great need out there. What do you have for us?
Yeah, there is so much that you can find in our Volunteer Houston portal. I'll tell you about 2 needs today. One is actually happening today. So if you're looking for something to do later this evening, this is an awesome thing for you to get involved in. It's Meals for the Holidays. It's put on by Bread of Life. So starting in the month of November, today, Bread of Life, in partnership with City of Houston and the No Menu Food Truck, will be providing hot and filling meals to those who need it most. Volunteers for this event, they're looking for anyone 10 and older. If you are between 10 and 18, though, you will need to have an adult with you and fill out a minor volunteer waiver. So it's a great opportunity if you've got kids in that age group to bring them along. They do require you to register in advance. So to register for this, you would need to go on the Volunteer Houston portal. The first available shift is, as I said, today, November 18th, from 6 to 8 p.m. Just hop on the Volunteer Houston portal. They're still looking for volunteers, so please jump on there and sign up. This will be an ongoing event, though. So if you sign up, you do it today, you love it, you're welcome to come back and do it again. They'll have the same shift on the 20th, the 21st, the 23rd, the 25th, the 27th, and the 28th of November, and the 30th. So there'll be a lot of opportunities for you to sign up, come serve some meals. It'll be between 6 and 8 p.m. for all the shifts. All shifts do require you to sign up in advance. So that is the Bread of Life, Meals for Holidays. Next, I'll tell you all about the Baker Ripley Houston Turkey Trot. This is a really fun annual event. You might have seen people running around on Thanksgiving. These are those people. So Baker Ripley Houston Turkey Trot is an annual Thanksgiving race and walk that supports the mission and vision of Baker Ripley. Proceeds from this race help provide critical resources, services, and programs to nearly 500,000 neighbors. To support the Houston Turkey Trot this year, please sign up to volunteer. They're looking for a ton of volunteers, a few hundred more volunteers. So it's definitely a great time to do that. This volunteer opportunity will be on Thanksgiving. So if you're looking for something to do Thanksgiving morning, please get out there, bundle up. It should be cold, and help volunteer with these runners we got going. So that'll be on Thanksgiving, so November 24th, from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. So quick morning shift. Come back, eat some turkey. It sounds like a really great day.
I love it. So many different opportunities to choose from, as always. CG, thank you. Todd, I appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
You too.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.